Hey, stand by, stand by. We're on mute. That's why I'm doing this. I'm doing this because I want you to turn on your volume. Are you ready? Are you set? Let's grow, grow, grow. Hello, Alex Mondosian here, and I will be the MC for One Day to Greatness. We have 4 of those events coming up. That's the reason for this Facebook Live. Right now, all I want you to do is type in your name and the city you are hanging out from. The person next to me, of course, is Jack Canfield. He's in Santa Barbara at his office. I'm in San Rafael, which is just north of the Golden Gate Bridge in San Francisco. But use your keypad. Doesn't matter what you're on, your phone or your computer, and type in your name and the city you're from so we can acknowledge you as you come in. And then share, share, share. I mean, the networking effect for Facebook is to be able to share. So there's a share button, and you can share it into a group that you belong to. You can share it on your timeline or a fan page if you have one, or your profile. And this Facebook Live will go for about 45 minutes. I'll tell you what it is, why we're here, and how to maximize this 1 hour with Jack, actually less than that. Now, we have a confession to make. We've had some technical difficulties, but because the author of Chicken Soup for the Soul and the author of Success Principles, there's no way that we don't do whatever it takes to come on. So you can see him, but you can't hear him. But I have my phone. He's on a speaker. And let's see if you can hear him. If you can, just say yes. Go ahead, Jack. Say hi.
Hello, everybody.
Okay, so if you can hear him, say, I can hear you, Jack. I can hear you, Jack. Go for it. Keep talking, Jack.
I can hear you, Jack.
No, that's not for you to say. That's for them to say. All right. So if you see like
I'm really happy to have you all here. I'm in Santa Barbara where we just survived the fires, the floods, the mudslides, and all of that. And now we're wanting to get back out in the world and make a difference.
Yeah. Well, we're going to make a difference for the next 45 minutes. And if you've just joined us, this is a preview to 4 live events, one day with Jack. It's called One Day to Greatness. The reason I'm here is I'm going to be the master of ceremonies and the energy manager for that day. It's from morning till evening, one day only. And Jack will be there to sign books. Jack will be there to show you how to continue education. And he will be there to make that one day your ticket to greatness. And what's possible in one day, you'll be amazed. So hold your hats. Just type in the city you're from and your name. And if you can hear Jack, and then we'll begin in exactly 1 minute. Remember, you can share by simply clicking the share button, and you can share to your heart's content because this is Facebook, and the replay will be available the moment we're done. Just so that we all get a sense, tell us what happened with the sound, because we had to kind of jimmy rig this so we can hear you.
I have no idea what happened with the sound. I have a Yeti mic, which is supposed to be the industry standard. I was plugged into my computer. We tried the internal speakers. And we started sending messages back and forth with little 3x5 cards that looked like.
But don't put that phone number up, okay? Because a lot of people are watching.
All right.
Right. Well, let me say some hello. So, Cheryl Bernhardt, welcome. Christopher Arcanero, welcome. Jack Canfield, someone is speaking on your behalf. Don't know who it is. It may be Lisa, maybe Veronica. Linda J. Burns, welcome. BTS grad 2016. Josephine Doria Armenio, great last name. Thank you, Erica. Vertonen, welcome. Well, Erica, she says, I can't really hear Jack, sadly. Well, we're going to do everything we can in order so that you can. So if you need to turn the mic, turn your sound up, please do. Turn your sound up all the way to the top because we're doing what we can to get this to you so we wouldn't have to cancel this Facebook Live. That would be silly. You know, we have a phone. We're ready to go. So what I want you to do, and I don't know where that's coming from, but now that we have everything set, I'm going to turn that off. 1 second. Holy cow. All right. So, Megan, welcome. Jim, Isaac, welcome. Dana, welcome. Let's see, who else do we have here? Kevin, welcome. Constance, welcome. So turn up your volume all the way to the top. I put that card there because Facebook has a default that is already on mute, but now it has a completely different meaning. So, Jack, if you're ready to go, we're going to begin. You ready?
I'm ready.
All right. You talk as loud as you can. So here we go. So
Let me 1 second.
Okay.
Does it help if I pick up talk right into the phone? Does that make it better?
It does. It does. Okay. And Raquel says, I can hear you, Jack. Sarah says, we can hear you. Karen gives an A-OK, and Angela says, yay. Okay, here we go. And I hope all of you can appreciate this because this is super fun. Like, technology is not going to get in the way. So let's start with One Day to Greatness. I mean, you created it. What is it? You know, why did you develop the curriculum for One Day to Greatness?
Well, basically, most of the seminars I do are like a week long, 10 days long, 3 weeks long, etc. And so I wanted to create a program that people from around the world could come to. Basically, in the United States, people fly in from all over. Last time we did One Day to Greatness, so I had people fly in from Hong Kong, from Germany, from Brazil. Always kind of shocks me. I can't think of anything I'd fly to Hong Kong for 1 day. So I'm pretty pleased when people do that. And for me, I wanted to create a seminar that in 1 day could provide enough of the content and also the experiential exercise that would create a totally transformational experience for people that they could then create the life that they wanted and literally have, you know, their dreams come true, breakthrough successes, make their businesses work better, create the relationships they wanted, etc. And so I had to go, what are the core experiences, the core principles, the core exercises that absolutely produce that outcome? And we've done it now. I think this is the 3rd year we're doing this road tour in 10 different cities. And at the end of the day, people are just blown away by how much their life changes. And then we get letters coming in week after week after week for months after them saying, I doubled my income, I started a business, I decided to finally write my book, I found a publisher, etc. So it literally is a very concrete, experiential day that provides the experience. Like, we help people eliminate beliefs, we help people clarify their purpose, their vision, etc., that allows them to actually produce the kind of results you wouldn't expect unless someone had done like a week-long workshop or a year-long training or a mastermind group for a year.
Thank you, Jack. And if you just joined us, my name is Alex Mondosian. I've interviewed Jack over 80 times. We did 5 years of Ask Jack Canfield for many, many years. The reason I'm here is to interview him, and I'll be your MC at One Day to Greatness. And I'm getting an extra workout because I'm holding this phone next to my microphone on my laptop. And that's why I'm holding it up here, because Jack is on the phone. We can't get his audio to come through the computer. So we're talking about One Day to Greatness so you can meet Jack Canfield live, get signed books, and learn from him directly. And why ODTG, that's One Day to Greatness, because one day you can find your purpose in life. One day you can learn other experiential processes that will have life change, business change, and he'll tell you more about it. Now, the second question is the obvious one. Who is the ideal One Day to Greatness ideal attendee? Who's the ideal attendee to attend? How do people know if they're ideal to go?
Well, I think it's for anyone who wants more, whether it's more love, more joy, more peace, more relationship fulfillment, more intimacy, more financial income, more impact in the world. We go down the list of anything you want: more fun, more pleasure, more travel, whatever. And then some people want less of stuff. They want less stress, less pain, less misery, less, disengagement on the job, and so on and so forth. And so the reality is, if you're wanting to transform your business, if you want to boost your income, if you want to have greater intimacy and relationship fulfillment with your spouse, your colleagues, your friends, your family, getting along with people better, if you want to understand and clarify your life purpose, you can align your life activities with purpose. So your goals create the fulfillment of that purpose. People really break through any barriers. If you feel like there's something that's holding you back, like one of the exercises we do is I ask people, get in touch with some place in your life where you feel stuck, where you can't seem to manifest what you want, whether it's decluttering your house, whether it's losing weight, stopping smoking, whether it's finding a relationship that works, whether it's creating more income, whatever, finishing your book, having more clients. And then we do a very powerful process that actually takes you from that place all the way back into your childhood where you made limiting decisions and took on beliefs that are still blocking you today. It's one of that alone is worth the price of admission. I mean, if you will break through that barrier, that would cost you about $250 just for the 1 hour for a therapist. And our whole day costs less than that. So I mean, the reality is the breakthroughs are incredible. Do you want to experience more happiness, more joy? Just have more fun in your life. Most people are killing themselves working way too hard. They want you to work smart instead of hard. So basically, anything you don't have that you want to manifest, this day will help you do that, because we're working with universal psychological principles of success and having you do exercise that will break through those blocks.
And when you say principles, those are principles that work today, tomorrow, and the next day, next year. They are not going to become obsolete like many trainings are. And so ideally, if people want to attend, some people are already attending and registered who are watching right now. So this is kind of like a pre-training just to confirm you're in the right place. But where and when are the 1 day to greatness? That's what ODTG means. Where are these events and when are they? Because I'm going to be there, but they're on the page. I'll give the URL in a moment. But where can they find you and when?
Dallas, March 20th at the Marriott City Center in Dallas. Washington, D.C. on March 22nd at the Crystal Gateway Marriott in Arlington, Virginia. San Diego on March 29th at the San Diego Convention Center. And that one's on a Thursday, and I would really recommend, if you're going to come to San Diego, if you don't already live there, come and plan to stay for the weekend. It's going to be warm weather. You're going to be right near the Convention Center, which is near the harbor. There's a wonderful harborside park area down there with lots of shops and restaurants. Also the Gaslamp District. And then Boston, Massachusetts, April 6th at the Hyatt Regency in Cambridge near MIT. So basically, 2 cities on the East Coast, 1 in the middle of the country, and 1 on the West Coast.
Okay, I'm going to give everyone, that means you, I'm going to give you the website where you can check it out. So you see the agenda, you see the cities, and you can get registered and all the details. But before I do, I want you to type in, just so we get some engagement, because we have over 205 comments already, and we're in this about 15 minutes. But if there were one breakthrough that you wanted to make, or if there's something you want more of, all right, whatever that may be, without getting too personal, type it in, okay? Rather than affirming it privately, declare it publicly and get it out there. And if you see a breakthrough or something that someone wants more of and it's similar to yours, reach out to them, interact with each other, make this like maybe a breakthrough bonanza between all of you watching right now, because people will be watching the replay as well, and they can engage as well. So what do you want more of? What's a breakthrough you're looking for, whether or not you plan on attending? Let's make this a 1 hour or training on 1 day to greatness, and let's make it like an encapsulated, mini version of it. So please do that. Engage and enroll with each other, and then we'll go to the next question. But before we do, here is the website you can go to after we're done: jackcanfieldlive.com. jackcanfieldlive.com. It can't get any simpler than that. You're gonna see him live, and you're gonna meet him live. And if you're like most everyone I've seen at the event, you'll be hugging him live. Very few high fives and handshakes at that event. It's usually all hugs. So why do you do it? Let me go off script. Why do you do it? You've done enough of these. You keep doing it, and they're 1 day, and it's from morning till evening. You're signing books till about 9 p.m. at night. What motivates you to do this?
I'm sorry, my secretary just gave me. What is my motivation for doing this? Is that what you're asking?
That's correct.
Okay. So, look, my whole life purpose is about making a difference, about contributing, about making an impact in the world. And literally my life purpose statement is to inspire and empower people to live their highest vision in the context of love and joy. So when I'm teaching, I'm happy when I'm not on stage, when I'm not working, coaching somebody, then I'm not doing what I was born to do. It's like a basketball player sitting on the bench going, put me in, coach. I want to play. And so that's my motivation. And I've literally trained over 1 million people in live seminars in 50 countries around the world. And I get my fulfillment by watching people's eyes light up, by watching them, have breakthroughs, by hearing the things that they've accomplished in their life, the obstacles they've overcome, the goals they've achieved. I mean, I've had 15-year-olds take our seminar and within 2 years have written and published a book. Parents and their daughters writing books for kids where the daughter illustrates and the mom writes it. Things they thought they could never do. One guy recently wrote an article for a book I'm putting together where he said how my life drastically changed in one day. And he is a software engineer, and he originally was from Pakistan, lives in Chicago now. And he literally transformed his life. I mean, he's now actually going to Pakistan and running one day to greatness type seminars for kids in the Pakistani schools. Plus, he's doubled his income in his company. He's hired hundreds of more people, all because of one day. And so when I hear that and I see the challenges that people have overcome and the joy they're receiving, there are people that come in and by the end of the day, Alex, they look 10 years younger. It's hard to believe, but you've seen it.
I've seen it because I've been there. It's amazing. Just in less than 8 hours.
Yeah. So it's incredible what can occur for people. So that's my motivation. And partly I want the world to work. Like there's too many people suffering and struggling, and I always believe struggling is optional. We have to pay the price and work hard, do all that kind of stuff. But suffering and struggling is not required. And I think the world is not working well politically right now. We don't have people that know how to actually get things done in the world. We have, crime that's on a rise around the world. There's overpopulation, the ecological challenges we have. All of those things are solvable when people believe it, when people have the tools to really move forward and create the results they want. So my motivation's on a personal and then also on a macro level as well.
Okay, let me read some of the responses. The beauty of Facebook and all the people who've made Facebook Live possible. Actually, it's another Zuckerberg. It's a Randy Zuckerberg who used to be at Facebook, and she helped develop Facebook Live, and no relation to Mark Zuckerberg. But thanks to her, we get to do this and interact. So Bronwyn says, my dream of helping others as a certified trainer and motivational speaker, thanks to Jack Canfield. Rose says, working to build my character. Luz says, hello from United Kingdom. Kimberly says, more purpose, more financial freedom, new relationships with great people. Well, you'll find them there. Believe me, there'll be over 500 people at most of the cities, sometimes more. Angela says, I want more faith and trust in my own instincts. So bring it on, folks. Keep coming, because the moment you make a declaration is the moment that others get to see, and you'll activate that whether you go or not. Helen says, finding my teammates, building my team, and start this journey together. Mars says, my biggest goal is to go back to college and excel in my classes. Julie says, I am a speaker and need speaking engagements and speaking to parents and teens addressing the epidemic of kids on social media. I hope the kids aren't watching right now. And Rose says, love you, Jack. Again, love, impact on the world. And Maricela gave the domain jackcanfieldlive.com. That's where you can get registered, folks. And then Karen says, to not feel trapped in my hamster wheel. Karen, I wonder if your hamster wheel is anything like mine. I hate being trapped on that as well. Let's talk about participants and then VIP. Lots of questions come up to your office. Okay, what's VIP? What's the difference? It costs a little more. So how do 1 day 2 greatness registrants go VIP? And why do you think it's important, aside from having lunch with you in the middle of the day?
Well, the first thing is you're going to be sitting up closer to the front of the room to play at a higher level. In other words, by doing the VIP registration, which is not all that much more money, you're saying, I'm playing full out. And you're going to meet other people who are playing full out and who also are willing to commit, a few more dollars to achieving their goals. So there's just a higher level of commitment. Often these people are more successful in life in general. The second thing is that you're going to have the VIP luncheon, which includes the food plus a 45-minute Q&A period with me. It's an hour-and-a-half luncheon. Alex will be emceeing that as well, and does a really cool little exercise with everyone during the lunch break, which I enjoy. And then again, you're going to have an opportunity to ask an individual question of me. Not everyone will ask a question. Not everyone wants to, but we get to as many people as we can. And I would say that's where some major breakthroughs occur, because it's one-on-one with your specific issue, or where you feel blocked or confused or stuck or whatever. So that's really valuable. You're going to get a VIP package that's going to include a number of different items. One of them usually is our book, Living the Success Principles, which are 32 stories of people who have applied these principles in their life and had amazing breakthroughs as a result of it. Very inspiring. Other things that you'll get as well in that package are other resources that will help you sustain and apply the things you're learning. And you'll also get the registration line for VIP. There's a special registration in the morning. So if there are 500 or 600 people there, you're not standing in the really long line. You're in a much shorter line. And you get in earlier, so you can get your seats a lot earlier. We let you in a little bit earlier. And you'll get to... I sign books at the end of the day. There's a VIP line and a regular line. The VIP people all go through first, so you don't have to stick around as long if you want to get a book or a picture, a book signed or a picture. You also get a $100 voucher toward any live training we do. So basically that pays for almost half of your registration fee if you decide to do something else. And also some other bonus gifts that are included in there. So it's a lot of benefit to be in the VIP. And the way you do it, you just go to register at jackcanfieldlive.com. And where it says register, you'll see on the left it says general admission. And you can bring, if you do general admission, that's also good. You can bring a guest for free. So really 2 for the price of 1. VIP, it's not 2 for the price of 1. It's just the price of we're paying for your food, which is actually most of the upgrade. Just, I can't believe what they charge for lunch at a big hotel. And then also, you just go there, and on the right it tells you where to register. You just hit click register now, and you're in like Flynn.
Excellent. And one person who belongs in that VIP section is Ro Fela Seville. She says, you read mine wrong, and she's talking to me. She says, I have character with the emoticon, crying or laughing. I hope it's laughing with tears of joy. She says, I need more structure. So sorry about that, Ro, but I corrected that. Thank you. I'm doing a couple things here, but no excuses. And
well, let me say one thing.
Go ahead.
Get the photo.
Yeah.
Let me say one thing about structure. Most people don't realize that what I'm teaching is a system of success. And a system is a structure for doing the right thing in the right way, in the right time, in the right order. And most people are missing some of those things. I like to say it's like a combination to a lock. If you're missing one number, the lock's not going to open. If you have the right numbers but they're in the wrong order, the lock's not going to open. And what I'm going to teach you is all the numbers you need for the basics of success and how to put them in the right order so you do the right thing in the right way at the right time in the right order. Otherwise, you can be working really hard and still not getting the success you want. That's just unfortunate. You don't want to be that person.
Yeah, and I'll jump on that as well, is if there's some roadblocks or doors getting in your way, every door has a lock and every lock has another type of key. There's not one key that fits every door. So if the door to passion is blocked right now, there's a key to open that. If the door to your life's purpose is there and it's locked, there's another key to that. But one key does not open all. And that's where there's some unsupported beliefs where we're trying to jam the key in and figure out how to open the door when it only opens up one. And you will get many keys to open many locks to many doors. If you're old enough like me to remember, Get Smart, when all those doors are open, when he's walking through to the back of the phone booth and he goes back down. Jack, you probably remember that. That's what we're doing at One Day to Greatness.
I do. Get Smart at 99.
Right. I bet you we could sing the theme song. Okay, so what could, sorry about this. Okay, what could, I got to be ambidextrous. What outcomes, people, results, outcomes, people want results. How can one day create results? Now, there's an unsupported belief. How can I get a result? How long does it take a miracle? Well, I watched one in a few seconds with the birth of my children. Now, it may have taken 40 weeks to develop, but I mean, immediately it was there. I didn't feel the labor. I saw it, and I'm glad I don't have to go through it ever. But I mean, miracles happen instantly. So one day is a very, very long time. In this case, it's about a third of a day. It's about 8 hours. So what are the outcomes people can expect as an attendee at the event? Jack, go for it.
Well, speaking of miracles, a friend of mine wrote a song called In a Moment. And in one moment, you can see the birth of a child. In one moment, you can change a belief. In one moment, you can meet the person of your dreams. In one moment, you can realize you need to get out of a terrible relationship, whatever it is. So literally, there are a lot of things you can expect to get out of the day. Number one is inspiration. Now, inspiration alone is not enough. Inspiration without tools is cruel, and tools without inspiration creates terror in the world, as we've seen. So basically what we want is to make sure you are inspired. You believe it's possible to achieve your dreams and your goals no matter what they might be. I've had people that believe they couldn't sing or who literally had a phobia for singing get up on stage and sing and go home and record an album, and now they're a major singer in the Northwest, all the clubs and places like that. Basically, we also want you to get clear. You mentioned about your purpose. If you're working really hard, I love the line that Steve Covey, who wrote the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, he said, you don't want to get to the top of the ladder and find out your ladder was leaning against the wrong wall. And so you could do a lot of things that look like success, high corporate job, lots of money, big car, big home, but still be miserable because you're not really fulfilling your purpose. Real fulfillment comes from living your passions and living your purpose and being of service, which ultimately comes from that as well. So we want to help you. We do a very powerful exercise to get in touch with your life purpose. We also want you to create a breakthrough goal. So people can expect they'll leave there with the awareness of a goal that will quantum leap them, not just little baby steps toward their purpose, fulfill their vision, but really quantum leap them, like doubling or tripling your income, like opening up China as a market, like having your own television show, those kind of huge breakthrough goals. You'll have that. Then we're going to teach you some very powerful tools and methods for, I call it turbocharging that goal. So it's not so much you need to develop willpower. You can't wait to get out of bed to do it. And so basically we're going to work with some tools, some of which like affirmation and visualization. Most people are doing them wrong. They're not doing it the right way. They're not doing them long enough, etc. And some other tools as well that come out of the Law of Attraction and out of the Success Principles book that people will understand and know how to apply into their life. You'll have clarity about some next steps you can take when you leave the seminar within the next 24 to 48 hours, things you can do to put you on the path to achieving that breakthrough goal, achieving your vision, achieving your purpose. And also, you'll understand the importance of an accountability partner and a mastermind group. Some people actually hook up with their accountability partner and their mastermind group at the seminar. And so you'll understand how to do that and why it's so important. That's one of the missing ingredients for most people with their success and why they don't persevere to get the results they want. You'll be clear about some strategies for taking action. You'll look at the fear of rejection, which is why most people don't ask for what they want, for the support, for the money, for the resources, the venture capital, whatever it might be that you need, for the enrollments, the people to take your seminar, people to buy your product, etc. And you'll be much less afraid of rejection. That you'll be looking forward to because you'll realize it's just a step toward getting what you want. And you're going to understand the mindset. You'll have a new mindset about success because mindset is critical. And all these psychological and universal principles of success will you'll know them like you know your address and your phone number. So you'll walk out of there not only inspired and motivated, but really committed and totally ready to take action on creating the life you want. And you'll also learn how to massage Alex's right arm so he holds the phone in place.
Sorry. All right. No, we're good. This is a good workout for me. I still have my sweats on. So Raquel asked, where can I get a Chinese money frog, Jack? And Raquel, I'm going to give you the answer because there's a very special website. And everyone write this down. It's really important. It's www.google.com and just type in, where can I get a Chinese money frog? And you'll probably find one near your city. It's right at your fingertips, but after this Facebook Live. Now, here's what I want from you, because we have lots of comments coming in. Let's see if we can get 400 comments. We have 270. And here's what I'd like to do right now is we've talked about breakthroughs. We're about 30 minutes into the Facebook Live. We have 15 minutes left. What is your biggest takeaway? What's your biggest aha moment that you've had so far? Just type it in. Articulate it. Express it, because you'll be asked to do that at the event. And so why not get some practice here? And it's very, very good just to celebrate and express that with your fingers in this case. And if you see a breakthrough, or if you see an aha that someone else also shares with you, just reach out to them, say, hey, me too. That's you. So give me an aha, or we call it pack my bag moment. You know, like you could have just packed your bags and left, but you're not going to, because you know Jack has more good stuff to say. What's your biggest aha or takeaway you've gotten so far in the past 30 minutes? There's been a bunch of them. Just write one down, and let's start the structure of celebrating right now. It's been said, and my belief is we have too many goals and not enough celebrations. So at least let's celebrate one breakthrough you've had in the last half hour. Now, here's the website that you're going to meet Jack live. There are 4 cities. They're all there. Just make sure that you click on the city. And maybe it's not you. Maybe you want to get a gift for a friend, for a colleague, maybe someone you've given unsolicited advice to, and they don't like to hear it. Let Jack do the heavy lifting, because these tickets are very, very affordable, even the VIP, and it will be a gift of greatness one day, and it can change a life, whether it's a teen or a friend, a spouse, a former spouse, a mother, a daughter, a son, whomever. You can get a gift in another city. If you don't live in the city nearby, or if you're driving distance, it's a no-brainer. You can fly to a city. You got 4 cities to choose from, and you can go to more than one of these events, because seeing it for the second time makes it very, very special. Go to jackcanfieldlive.com, jackcanfieldlive.com. Now, Jack, before my phone runs out of juice, I've got 18%. I think we're going to make it here. I think we're going to make it. The universe is allowing us to do this. I saw something that you mentioned today in an email, and I thought, I got to write this down. And everyone, listen to my words carefully, because I'm saying it properly. And it's all about avoiding rejection, which people are deathly afraid of. Okay. More than death sometimes, fear of public speaking and rejection. But what does it mean to be an asshole? What is an asshole? I just saw that in one of your blog posts. That just tell everyone what it means, because I think they'll always remember. Go for it.
Well, a couple of years ago, I was teaching about ask. Keep asking as many people as many times until you get a yes. And just out of my mouth came the term, you got to become an asshole. And so it means you're not afraid to ask. And sometimes you may be even seen as someone who's a little bit over pushy. But the point is, it's the old squeaky door against the oil. And so you want to ask. Now, we teach people how to ask, and there's some wonderful things. I'll just share one little technique out of the training. This is one of the most important questions. When you get a no, ask the question, what would have to happen for you to say yes? And then people tell you, what would have to happen for me to get a yes? And I remember being in an airport. I said, I want to upgrade. She said, I can't do that. So what would have to happen for me to get a yes? She said, my supervisor would have to approve it. So I said, go get your supervisor. She did, and I got an upgrade. So basically, an asshole is someone who keeps on asking, but also learning how to ask correctly, learning how to ask in an elegant, effective way so that you get what you want, and so without really turning people off. And that's what becoming an asshole is. Not being afraid of rejection.
Not being afraid of rejection, and then just getting better at asking, because kids are good at it, and somehow, I got maybe 15 or 16 rejections for every ice cream I asked for before dinner, but I didn't care, because Carol Mondosian was going to make me some ice cream before I ate dinner, and then I'd always keep my promise. So kids do it, and I know dogs do it. My dog Minnie does it all the time, just with her tail, but as adults, we forget to do that. Why do you think that is as adults? We get smarter, but somehow we stop asking.
I think sometimes we were shamed for asking. Sometimes we got, punished for asking Aunt Martha for $1. Your parents said, don't ask, don't be a bother, don't influence, whatever. And I think sometimes, if we got rejected by a girl in high school, for instance, there was a lot of emotional pain that maybe went with that. And so, or if you're a girl, you didn't get invited to the prom by the boy you wanted, there was that rejection. And whenever you have an experience that has negative emotion attached to it, it's like putting, those lanes, gutters on the side of a bowling alley. And once the ball goes in the gutter, it doesn't come out. So whenever you have an experience with a strong level of emotion, it creates more myelin around the nerves, which then create like a gutter in your brain. So as soon as someone looks like they're going to say no, you go into all these childhood emotions, and you don't want to ever feel that again. And so because we're trying to avoid that negative feeling, we stop doing the things that would actually get us where we want to go. There's a way to release those through EFT tapping, which we also talk about in the one-day workshop.
We talk about it, and you actually demonstrate it. One final thing before we bid farewell, and thank you. We reached the 300 comment barrier, and we have lots of reactions. Show Jack some love with loves, hearts, and with likes, please. And then remember, you can share this, and the replay is on the moment we end, and you can continue the conversation. Once we stop being live on video, you still can continue the commenting, which is kind of cool. We're building a little community virtually. All right, here's a big one. Most everyone who goes to Breakthrough One Day to Greatness, they know how to serve. And I asked this question from the stage as well as MC, like, how many of you love to serve? And all the hands go up. And by observing everyone who's commenting right now, I can tell you're great servers. And the internet is built on servers. So, we kind of model the internet in that regard. But what most people aren't good at is they're not good receivers. They're crappy receivers. And by not being a good receiver, you kind of constipate, the system. You say, thank you. And they go, it's nothing. And instead of just saying, you're welcome. And so in giving is important, but also receiving is vitally important to have the circulation flowing of the give-receive cycle. Can you speak to that just for a moment before we bid farewell?
Well, the universe is a flow. You inhale and you exhale. The waves come in and the waves go out. We have daytime, we have nighttime. And if you interfere with that flow, if you're only giving and never receiving, you run out of air and you would die in terms of breathing. And the same thing is true with your service. You want to allow yourself to be served. And the other thing I learned early on as a therapist, when I was a therapist, is that I had this client come in and she wanted to give to me something, and I said, no, it's fine. And she said, you're ruining the relationship because you're not acknowledging that I have something to offer you. And so if in fact it's better to give than to receive, then if there's no receivers, no one can be a giver. And so we have to be on both sides of that to allow that energy to flow in and to flow out. And so I think certainly for this day, I want you to come and receive as much as possible and be open. Come with an open mind and really allow everything in, and then think about it I have people that leave the seminar in a way like, live your life as a series of 30-day experiments. If you meditated for 30 days, you don't know what would happen unless you did that. If you ate a vegetarian diet for 30 days, I'm not necessarily saying you should, but if you never did, you'd never know if that was a good thing for you. If you never turned off the radio or the TV news for 30 days, what might that do to your consciousness? If you read a book once a week for 30 days, what would that do to your consciousness? If you visualized and meditated, do that every day. If you exercise every day, whatever. Just for 30 days, then notice what happens. So come with the idea that I'm open to experimenting with these things and be open to receiving love, be open to receiving great inspiration, wonderful techniques that you can use, some wonderful gifts that we'll be giving, some hugs that will happen, whatever it is you're looking for will be there. I promise you. We've never had anyone leave disappointed. Everyone gets what they want. So, and I would also just, a couple of things about coming. If you can bring a friend or a spouse or a colleague, when you go back to work or home, you're going to have an ally that's just been through the same experience and has the same principles embedded now in their consciousness. I would advise you not to drink the night before, drink alcohol, but never before a seminar, either pretending or giving. I would ask you to get a good night's sleep. And I would also ask you to bring a little protein bar or something for a mid-morning and a mid-afternoon snack so you keep your energy up. They usually sell stuff in the hotel gift shops, but they're usually more sugar-oriented, which is not the best for your brain when you're learning. And just come open-minded and be ready. You might want to warn people when you come home, you're going to be a little bit different. And, I always say you can have your old life back guarantee. So if you don't like the seminar and what it creates, and you want your old life back, you can always have that. I never want to deny you that. So anyway, I look forward to working with all of you.
It's an unconditional get your old life back guarantee. And boy,
there you go.
I couldn't have thought anything better than that. And those of you who are here, this is, imagine in 45 minutes what is accomplished. I'm reading your comments. You can read them as well. Imagine what happens in a day. Okay, this is just a little sliver. Imagine what can happen in a day. I want to see you there. Jack wants to see you there. I hope you do whatever it takes to get there. Let's end with a final word. Jack, think of a final word. As you're watching, the rest of you, type in one word that comes up. Just one, not two, not even a hyphenated one, but one word that comes up that embodies this experience you just had right now or what you're feeling right now. It could be love. It could be passion. It could be engagement, whatever it is, one word, just type it in to the chat. And if you haven't typed in anything, this is your opportunity because you don't, whether you're shy or not shy, utilize your fingers so that you can make a declaration so other people can see one word. And if there are similar words that pop up, reach out to that person and go, hey, that's my word too, right? So calmness, says Mars. And Jack, I'm going to come to you in a moment. I like to always give you a heads up because I know you like thinking about it. Awesomeness, says Maricela. Come on, guys. Inspiration, says Linda. Keep them coming. Keep them coming. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Raquel, you're welcome. Raquel is thanking me, so I'm receiving. You're welcome. Thank you for noticing. That's what we say, by the way. Thank you for noticing. Constance says grateful. Leo says greatness. New Bold. I love that. New Bold Coaching says transformation. Helen says joyful. Luz Chiquita says, where'd she go? Family. Julie says transformation. We have a few transformations here. Rose says cared. Awesome. What else? Let's keep them coming. Come, go, 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 go. Let's go, let's go. We got 400 comments coming soon. We almost got 350. And then Irene says, thanks. You're welcome. All right, Jack, what's your word before we end?
Concerned. I see a gorilla walking across the bridge behind you, sneaking up on you. No, my word's excited. I just am excited about the possibility, and this was fun for me.
All right, awesome. Helen says Boston, so I think Helen will be there. On behalf of Jack Canfield, I'm Alex Mondosian. I will be your MC at the One Day to Greatness. Reason I'm there is because I've interviewed Jack more than any other living human being. I think over 83 times now. And it'll be 84, 5, 6, and 7 at the event. So I can't wait for our paths to cross. And I want you to assist me. I'll be your energy manager. So higher energy, more energetic Jack. It's recycling, right? It's a cycle. So everything is energy, and energy is everything. So when you show up in your best self, and it'll only get better and better. All right, Jack, we did it. And we did it with technical glitches because nothing can stop us with 45 minutes to greatness. Thank you.
No, thanks for hanging in there. This was fun that we actually made this happen, given all the technological problems we had. So I just love that you're one of those, whatever it takes, guys. And that's really what it takes to create a life of greatness. So take the risk, come join us, and I promise you, you can have a great life.
Okay. And if you like this, let us know, and it won't be our last one. Okay. So just type in if you want to see this again and participate again, just to rev you up and get you started as a pre-event training, please tell us. And then I'm going to end the broadcast. Keep the comments flowing. Let's get to 400. Alex Mondosian, on behalf of Jack Canfield and his team, we can't wait for our paths to cross again at One Day to Greatness in 4 cities in the United States. All good wishes.